is another walk and talk coming to you. I'm going to show you today. It's evening. I'm actually going down to put the animals away for the night. I'm not necessarily putting any animals away technically. The meat birds are gone. I have chickens, layers, and pigs left. Of course, if you've been following my blogs, you've seen that. And tonight, so I can't remember what round I'm on for hatching chickens. Might be round 4. You might know better than I, because if you've watched the videos. I've done a number of hatches this year, and I'm just keeping going. I mean, if there's any economic, troubles, then I might as well keep hatching chickens while I have electricity. And that's what I'm going to do now. I'm actually going to feed the pigs, so I got a pile of apples, actually, I'll show you. And there's the Chanticleers. It's a little dark, but you can see them. They haven't went in for the night. If you've been following my channel, you'll know that these guys live in this chicken tractor here, and they go to sleep whenever they feel like it, basically. They've got, I actually was stung by a bee right around here. The bee might have been on the apples or something. Anyways, let me go to this side. That wasn't a happy experience to get stung by the bee. There's actually a little, I don't know if you can see that, a drawbridge or a piece of plywood that goes up to the upper compartment, basically, where they roost for the night. And so they just stay in here the whole time. And when they're ready, they just go up to bed. And that's it. I don't have to shut any doors, and I've never had predator problems. Alright, we'll go take a look at the pigs here. Oh, I forgot my shovel. Now, there's a couple who are buying the side of pork, one quarter of my pigs. Ouch. Fly in my ear, a mosquito or something. And they offered to drop me off some apples. So I got a total pile of apples, so I'm going to scoop them up with my shovel and toss them in there. And that's going to be their snack, actually, for the evening. I think they do have enough water in there. They made quite the mud bath there. Quite the wallow hole. They got enough water, I think. So I'm gonna shovel some of these apples in here. Put the camera down for a second. Some of them are rotten. I just toss them all in there. They can eat what they like. This is their bedtime snack. Usually I give them hog grower, but I want to use these apples up before they go totally rotten. I just toss them in there, and they just get one more shovelful here. Try and get it up on the dry ground so they're not bobbing for apples in the water. And you just search for them and eat them all up. They clean this up. I think at lunch I came down here and gave them a whole bunch of shovelfuls, and they cleaned it up well. I hope you can see it in the low light, but they love it. And on this dry ground is pretty clean. They kind of poop over in the corner there. They're they're actually pretty clean animals, pretty intelligent animals. They don't just poop anywhere. So over here is pretty clean for them, so they'll just pick it up off the ground, and it's great. They're under an apple tree too, which I showed in another update, but not big apples on that one. So these guys love that, and that'll be their bedtime snack after they clean that up. And let's see, I got a whole bunch more for tomorrow, so I'll give them that tomorrow. Give you a quick look at the chicks I have here, and it's very hot, like it's up 20 degrees at night. So the chicks are doing well. There they are there. You see the 4 big ones, And there's little chicks underneath. I hope they're becoming friends. It's got a couple of water containers down there. I don't know if you can see that. You might not be able to, but anyways. That's 2 rounds of chickens from my Brincey incubator. 2 rounds? Yeah, 2 rounds. And I had a round before that, did I? Yeah, I think I did. I had a round before that. Gave those 2 to the neighbor, the 2 that I got out of that. So, yeah, so this would be round 4 of the Brincey incubator. What am I doing here? Going backwards. I need to get eggs because I'm gonna start the incubator up again in my chicken shed. And like I said, it'll be around for. Oh, there's only 2 eggs today. Well, who learns? Maybe I'm gonna save these until I get a few more. Usually there's 4. I have an off day. Usually at least there's 4 in there. I've had a couple days where there's 5. I think I got one bird that has a prolapsed something or other. Discharge out their backside anyways. I don't know. I should probably do something about that. But it shouldn't look a pain or anything. I don't know. I'll have to get 4 or 5 eggs a day usually. I was going to put these, if there was 4, I was going to put them right in the incubator. But I think I'll put these in my basement, just kind of cooling. Because what you can do is if you keep them cool, they'll keep for a few days and you don't have to put them in the incubator right away. As soon as they get warm, they'll start incubating themselves, or they'll start growing basically. And so if you keep them kind of cool in your basement, in a basket or something, then you can hold them for up to a week, 14 days I think. And so that you can collect all your other eggs over the next couple of days. And then once you put them in the incubator, that's kind of like a starting point for them, a fresh start. And they all incubate all starting at the same time. So they all hatch hopefully around the same day. Whereas if I put these guys in the incubator now, and then over the next 2 days maybe fill it up with the rest, I could be hatching over 3-4 days worth of time. So I don't want to do that if I can avoid it. So we're in the chicken shed here. This will look different to you. Got the Ryobi power washer here. I've done a couple of rounds of power washing. I still need to wash some more. I've been letting it dry. And I'll need to do a good power wash and really get that muck off there. So I'll do that another day. But it's just drying out right now. Got all my feed over in the corner stacked away. And I got the incubator sitting here, and I was going to load this up tonight on camera for you. And I'm running it off my 60 watts of solar. You can see the 12.7 there, volts. This is my Nautilus Marine RV deep cycle battery, 110 amp hours in this guy. This is a great battery. For the price, really great battery. I've had no troubles with it. It's a standard old lead acid battery. And it has worked flawlessly. I should actually check the fluid, like the water levels in there. But for the actually it's 115 amp hours. That's the value there. For the cost, my $300 fancy AGM battery is only 90 amp hours. And this guy, you can get it on sale. I think it was 140 bucks. I think it's 149 bucks now. But even for 150 bucks, 115 amp hours. For the price that I paid for my AGM, I could have had 230 amp hours of storage with the old Marine RV lead acid batteries, which work plenty good for a good number of years. I guess the idea with the AGM is that maybe it's not supposed to sulfate up as much. Might last a little longer, especially if you're draining it right down. So that's what you pay the premium for, and I got one. I'll try it out, and I'll probably tell you in a couple of years if my lead acid dies on me. Sorry, I'm tipping the camera up because I'm holding the eggs with my one hand. Try to put the latch on there. Anyways, yeah, the amp hour, the price per amp hour is much cheaper, obviously, for the Marine RV battery. So I mean, if I was to get a battery bank again, just as a hobby bank, I would probably go with the lead acid. Now the AGM, I don't know if you can see the bowler. roller down there. That's where the AGM battery is. The AGM is obviously better for closed space because it doesn't vent. It's a sealed battery. So in an enclosed space where your family's going to be sleeping for the night, you don't want a big old lead acid battery venting, obviously. So that's the deal with that. So anyways, I wasn't going to talk to you about lead acid batteries, but I was going to show you putting the eggs in the incubator. But yes, I will keep these two. I will put them downstairs on hold for a couple of days until I get my full 7 good eggs. And then I'll show you loading them up in the chicken shed. And I hope that the chicken shed, it should, without too much issue, it should power them for the 21 days completely off solar power, which is awesome. It's a lot of fun trying to do that. And it's no problem actually for it, as long as you don't get a full week of no sunshine like we did when we were on vacation last. Then it works just fine. It's got 60 watts of panels on it, and like I say, as long as you don't get a week long of no sun, that powers it with no issue. And the 115 amp hours is a nice cushion should you get a cloudy day or even 2. It'll keep going. I mean, the Brent's incubator only pulls 1 amp hour, and that's not even 100% duty cycle. It's more like maybe half an amp hour every hour, because it's on and off, and it draws 1 amp when it's on. So anyways, that's what I want to show you. Yeah, that's it, and I'll show you the update when I get the full set of eggs. We'll go through the process of putting them in the Brent's incubator and starting it up, and we'll see how it goes.